Hola, hola, hola. um, Man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I'm able to connect with so many women that are investing in themselves and that are choosing to do the work. I wish that I could give each and every single one of you a giant big bear hug. Um, and hopefully I can. Hopefully it'll happen one day for all of us. Um, I wish that I could give all of you a personal reading, um, but I can't at the moment. Maybe in the future, I absolutely will. So, the reason why I decided to do November is one, to be aware of my energy as a medium. That's the most important. I have to be able to take care of myself and maintain myself because I have a lot of things coming up in October. And I love October. I'm super excited. So I know that there's going to be a certain time frame in November that I'm going to do the readings. I don't have that date yet, but I will get it. And the reason why I decided to do them after, along with protecting my energy, is I've noticed that when I'm working with women that are currently in the process of working on themselves, that have invested in themselves, that are working on their body, their mind, and their spirit. They're practicing meditation, they have their spiritual rituals, they're saging their house, they're smudging, they're lighting Palo Santo, they're choosing to evolve every single day. Those are the readings that are my absolute favorite because when I have a woman who's choosing to do the work, I love speaking with spirits that have passed away, that come through, that give divine messages, but I love talking to angels and hearing their guidance and what they have to say to you. And their message comes through much more clear. Not for me, but for you. You are very receptive and you soak up every single word they give you because you're open. You're internally and physically, like you're open. Your heart is open. Your heart chakra is open. Your chakras are more aligned. They're receiving, and they're balanced. Even if they're not all balanced, it's fine. So I chose to do November because I knew that having starting in September and all of October, that November would be divine timing to hear your angel's messages. So for my video today, I wanted to bring up the Archangel. And I wanted to say that I absolutely love last week's Archangel, Metatron, because she showed up for me in several ways. And I was having a day where I was having a lot of negative thoughts reoccurring. And to me, that's a sign that I haven't completely closed off from a reading, that I need to go back and ground myself and re-shield. And I kept having negative thoughts and going back to a negative pattern of thinking. And my angel was telling me, for every negative thought you have, you need to replace it with a positive one. And I thought, that is beautiful. And since I'm speaking and communicating with angels all day, throughout the day, sometimes it's hard to know which angel is who, but I know who the main one is. I absolutely know who she is. And so as I get home, I get on Facebook to look at our retreat within our private Facebook account. And I see that Conra has shared a message that she's been working on calling in Archangel Metatron in her meditation, and that if you've been receiving the message that you need to replace every negative thought with a positive thought, that's a sign that Archangel Metatron has shown up for you, is showing up for you. And I thought that was incredible. I was like, oh my gosh, That was Archangel Metatron. I wasn't even aware of that. And I wanted to share that with you guys because I was curious if any of you had a similar experience. And two, because there is a power in calling upon a specific angel prior to meditation. And I know that the magic is teaching us the attitude of gratitude and telling us to thank before and after, right? Not only after you receive, thank prior. And I want you guys to start doing that with your angels. If you can thank them prior for showing up, you can ask them in your prayers before you go to sleep to come to you in a dream and say thank you prior to them even coming, prior to you even falling asleep. Say thank you for coming to me and giving me my message, giving me a sign that I needed to receive, that I asked for. Thank you. And fall asleep with that and see in the morning what message you receive. So this week's archangel is Archangel Raziel. Raziel. There are realms that exist beyond our everyday perceptions. Realms of color, sound, thought, and feeling. Realms of myth. Realms of unimaginable vastness that cover both time and space. There are times of increased awareness and increased sensitivity, where our everyday perceptions shift and our senses become heightened. This occurs during major life or personal transitions, the artistic or creative process, and during heightened spiritual or psychic awareness. During these periods, the veil that separates the worlds becomes thinner, and our everyday awareness becomes hyper-awareness. Our senses become refined as we tune into new colors, sounds, thoughts, feelings, myths, and the vastness of time and space. This is a time of heightened awareness for you. This is a time for truly listening, feeling, and opening up to the hidden worlds. You may have felt yourself drawn to new thoughts, ideas, and new experiences recently. You may have become more aware of signs or omens from the universe. Your dreams may be stranger and more vivid. The veil may be thinning at this time to reveal new worlds, both within and around you. It is extremely important that you take note of what is revealing itself to you. There are no secrets. Keys and signs from the universe want to be revealed to you. It is an ideal time to write, draw, meditate, communicate, and create. Let the secrets of the hidden worlds inspire you into a new state of consciousness. Is that just not beautiful? So she is Archangel Raziel. Raziel. I may be saying that different. Raziel. Sounds way prettier in Spanish. Archangel Raziel. I'm having a hard time saying it in English. So with our focus being on our solar plexus, I have the question of how are you being called to step and rise up? And that's a deep question. So as you go back to the questions that Chelsea asked on our call and you connect them to your solar plexus, I also want you to take the content that was delivered on tonight's call through family lineage, traditions, our strengths, our weaknesses, and ask, how are you being called to step up and rise? And I got that question from Rise Sister Rise. And I think it's beautiful because we all have our own individual answer that fits us, that fits our story. And what I'm asking is that you start to dive within. In many of my readings, so many people come with so many questions. And the reason is because they just keep asking and they're not receiving. Honestly, that's what's happening 95% of the time. So I want you guys to call upon Archangel Raziel and see what she's showing you in between your worlds. If you want to be creative, something you can do is imagine the unknown, imagine the unseen, imagine what I can see from my eyes. I am able to describe in detail people that have passed away, and sometimes as I do that, they will be like, oh, that doesn't really sound like her. She's coming through, or he's coming through as their 20-year-old self. I'm not seeing them as the 70-year-old self that passed away. I'm seeing a younger version of them. And so connecting with play of last week and this week of I Know Thyself, I want you guys to get to know yourself, but I still want you to play, because playing allows you to get to know yourself. So as you're sitting in your house, I want you to imagine what it would be like to see spirits, what it would be like to see angels, and create them in your mind and look at them as if they're there. And this is actually a process that helps to make them start appearing to you. I have asked to not see certain specific things because I felt like my gift was full force and I wasn't ready for all of that. So I ask you to be creative and think with your creative side and call in Archangel Raziel and express in your mastermind pods how she's showing up for you, how she's delivering your messages. And also, I want you guys to know that you don't have to show up to a mastermind call having it all together. Because if you show up that way, you're not being honest and you're not being true. And that's what we want. We want you guys to show up and be vulnerable with one another and be open with one another, because you have to get to the root of the problem. And so allow others in, allow them to come in and guide you, and be open-minded, and don't give a judgmental vibe or energy. Be supportive and understand that everyone has their own problems. I love you all so much. Mwah.